San Jose Police Department is currently investigating a fatal traffic accident on the 300 block of Parkvoew Drive in South San Jose. What we know so far is on today's date, approximately 3:24 officers responded to the area regarding reports that 3 pedestrians were struck in the middle of the intersection by a vehicle. One of the victims was a 5-year-old female who was pronounced deceased at the scene. The aunt who was with the children, older female, was transported to a local area hospital to be treated for life-threatening, non-life-threatening injuries. I apologize. Later, we discovered that there was also a 2-year-old sibling of the victim who was also injured. She was transported to a local area hospital approximately an hour later. The driver immediately came to a stop and is currently cooperating with investigators. We don't know whether speed was a factor. Again, our traffic investigations unit is on scene right now, and they are conducting an investigation, canvassing the neighborhood for witnesses and anybody who might have seen anything. Again, we don't have much more information other than that. Last indication that I got regarding the condition of the aunt and the 2-year-old was that they were still at the hospital, and again, those injuries are non-life-threatening.
Do we know if they were walking home from the school?
That part we don't know. Our investigators are looking into that. They were crossing in the middle of the street. As you can tell behind me, there is a crosswalk, but it's undetermined whether or not they were in the crosswalk or not.
Do we know if the 5-year-old attended the school?
That part we don't know as well.
How did the deceased victim end up behind the car?
I'm sure that'll be revealed later as the investigators, finish their measurements and conduct their investigation.
What is the speed limit here? Obviously, we're talking by a school.
Typically around a school is 25 miles an hour, but again, based on children present, road conditions, lighting, could be substantially less than that, but the posted speed limit on this block is 25.
What can you tell us about this area? Is it a trouble spot?
Something I don't know personally about this area. I know that there have been people mentioning that there are people that drive relatively fast through the area. Again, without confirming with our traffic enforcement unit, we don't know what the statistics are and what that we've been out there.
What type of vehicle was involved and which direction was it heading?
The vehicle was headed westbound on Bluefield Drive. It is late model, kind of 90s Lexus SUV type.
Do we know what type of injuries the little girl that was killed suffered? I'm guessing head injuries or what type of injuries?
Yeah, don't know that either. I'm sure that information will be conducted, investigation by the coroner's office.
Was the little girl dragged or?
No indication that was the case, but again, still early in the investigation.
You conducted a field sobriety test?
They did conduct, as is always the case in accidents, is that we do a preliminary alcohol screening, and also we do what we call field sobriety test. Didn't appear that the driver was under the influence of alcohol or drugs at this time, but again, he is cooperative, and we will go through a battery of other tests to determine whether or not alcohol or drugs were a factor.
You said, though, that the family actually lives on this street?
It appears that the family does live on the street. There were family members that were here relatively quickly, but again, I haven't confirmed that either.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.